Hi, welcome to the channel. Today we are starting the sixth chapter of the magic of thinking big. That is, you are what you think you are. Let's start. It's obvious, much human behavior is puzzling. Have you ever wondered why a salesperson will greet one customer with an alert? Yes, sir. May I serve you, but virtually ignore another. Or why a man will open a door for one woman but not for another. Or why an employee will consistently carry out the instructions of one superior but only grudgingly do what another superior requests, or why we will pay close attention to what one person says but not to another. Look around you. You will observe some people receiving the "Hey Mike" or "Hey buddy" treatment, while others receive the sincere and important "Yes sir" treatment. Watch. You will observe some people command confidence, loyalty, admiration, while others do not. Look closer still, and you will also observe that those persons who command the most respect are also the most successful. What is the explanation? It can be distilled into one word: thinking. Thinking does make it so. Others see in us what we see in ourselves. We receive the kind of treatment we think we deserve. Thinking does make it so. The fellow who thinks he is inferior, regardless of what his real qualifications may be, is inferior. But thinking regulates actions. If a man feels inferior, he acts that way, and no veneer of a cover up or bluff will hide for long his dyspraxic feelings. The person who feels he isn't important is, on the other side, a fellow who really thinks he is equal to the task asked is. To be important, we must think we are important, or really think so, then others will think so too. Here again is the logic. How you think determines how you act. How you act in turn determines how others react to you. Like other phases of your personal program for success, winning respect is fundamentally simple. To gain respect of others, you must first think you deserve respect. And the more respect you have for yourself, the more respect others will have for you. Test this principle. Do you have much respect for the fellow of Skid Row? Of course not. Why? Because the poor fellow doesn't respect himself. He's letting himself rot away from lack of self-respect. Self-respect shows through in everything we do. Let's focus our attention now on some of the specific ways we can increase self-respect and theory, thereby earn more respect from others. Look important. It helps you think important. Role. Remember your appearance talks. Be sure it says positive things about you. Never leave home without feeling certain you look like the kind of person you want to be. One of the most honest advertisements ever appearing in print is the dress right. You can't afford not to slogan sponsored by the American Institute of Men's and Boys Wear. This slogan deserves to the framed in every office, restroom, bedroom, office, and schoolroom in America. In one ad, a policeman speaks. He says, "You can usually spot a wrong kid just by the way he looks. Sure, it's unfair, but it's facts. People today judge a youngster by appearance, and once they have tapped a boy, it's tough to change their minds about him, their attitude towards him. Look at your boy. Look at him through his teacher's eyes or your neighbor's eyes. Could the way he looks, the clothes he wears, give them the wrong impression? Are you making sure he looks right, dress right, everywhere he goes?" This advertisement, of course, refers primarily to children, but it can be applied to adults as well. In the sentence beginning with look, substitute the word yourself for him, your for his superiors, for teachers and associates, for neighbors, and reread the sentence. Look at yourself through your superior's eyes, your associate's eyes. It costs so little to be neat. Take the slogan literally, interpret it to say dress right. It always pays. Remember, look important because it helps you to think important. Use clothing as a tool to lift your spirits, build confidence. An old psychology professor of mine used to give this advice to students on last minute preparations for final examinations, dress up for his important examination. Get a new tie, have your suit pressed, shine your shoes, look sharp because it will help you think sharp. The professor knew his psychology. Make no mistake about it. Your physical exterior affects your mental interior. How you look on the outside affects how you think and feel on the inside. All boys, I am told, go through the head stage. That is, they use heads to identify themselves with the person or character they want to be. I will always remember a height incident with my own son Davy. One day he was dead set on being the Lone Ranger, but he had no Lone Ranger hat. I tried to persuade him to substitute another. His protest was, "But Dad, I can't think like the Lone Ranger without a Lone Ranger hat." I gave in finally and bought him the hat he needed. Sure enough, donning the hat, he was the Lone Ranger. I often recall that incident because it says so much about the effect of appearance on thinking. Anyone who has ever served in the army knows a soldier feels and thinks like a soldier when he is in uniform. A woman feels more like going to a party when she is dressed for a party. By the same token, an executive feels more like an executive when he is dressed like one. A salesman expressed it to me this way: I can't feel prosperous. And I have to, if I am going to make big sales, unless I know I look that way. Your appearance talks to you, but it also talks to others. It has to determine what others think of you. In theory, it's pleasant to hear that people should look at a man's intellect, not his clothes, but don't be misled. People do evaluate you on the basis of your appearance. Your appearance is the first basis for evaluation other people have, and first impression lost out of all proportion to the time it takes to form them. In a supermarket, one day I noticed one table of seedless grapes marked at 15%, 15 cents a pound. On another table were what appeared to be identical grapes, this time packaged in polythene bags and marked at 2 pounds for 35 cents. I asked the young fellow at the weighing station, what's the difference between the grapes priced at 15 cents a pound and those priced at 2 pounds for 35 cents? The difference, he answered, is polythene. We sell about twice as many of the crabs in the polythene bags. They look better that way. Think about the grape example the next time you are selling yourself. Properly packaged, you have a better chance to make the sale and at a higher price. The point is, the better you are packaged, the more public appearance you will receive. The better you are packaged, the more public acceptance you will receive. Tomorrow, watch who is shown the most respect and courtesy in a restaurant, on bushes, in crowded on restaurant, on buses, and crowded lobbies, in stores, and at work. People look at another person, make a quick and often subconscious appraisals, and then treat him accordingly. We look at some people and respond with the hey Mike attitude. We look at others and respond with the yes or feeling. Yes, a person's appearance definitely talks. The well dressed person's appearance says positive things. He tells people here is an important person, intelligent, prosperous, and dependable. This man can be looked up to, admired, trusted. He respects himself, and I respect him. The shabby looking fellow's appearance says negative things. It says here is a person who isn't doing well. He's careless, inefficient, unimportant. He's just an average person. He deserves no special consideration. He's used to being pushed around. When I stress respect your appearance in training programs, almost always I am asked the question, I am sold. Appearance is important, but how do you expect me to afford the kind of clothing which really makes me feel right and which causes others to look up to me? That question puzzles many people. It plagued me for a long time, but the answer is really simple one. Pay twice as much and buy half as many. Commit this answer to memory. Then practice it. Apply it to hats, suits, shoes, socks, coats, everything you wear. Insofar as appearance is concerned, quality is far more important than quantity. When you practice this principle, you will find both your respect for yourself and the respect of others, for you will zoom upward and you will find you are actually ahead money wise when you pay twice as much and buy half as many, because number one, your garments will last more than twice as long because they are more than twice as good, and as a rule they will show quality as long as they last. Number two, what you buy will stay in style longer. Better clothing always does. Number three, you will get better advice. Merchants selling $200 suits are usually much more interested in helping you find the garment that is just right for you than our merchants selling $100 units. $100 source. Okay, remember, your appearance talks you to you and it talks to others. Make certain it says, here is a person who has self-respect, he is important, treat him that way. Thank you so much. If you are new on the channel, subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that notification of videos will updated to you, and if like and share to others also. Thank you.